Now that our Heather Gallert flowers are drawn out and dried out, we can finally start adding color to these bad boys. We are going to be using a combination of oil pastel and liquid watercolor paint to turn our still lifes into vibrant, bright masterpieces. First, use the oil pastels to color in little bits and pieces of your still life. Don't color everything in with the oil pastel. We need to leave some room for paint, right? Just here and there, adding patterns like lines and polka dots anywhere you want. After we have added a little pizzazz to our still lifes with oil pastel, we're then going to paint in the rest of the picture with liquid watercolor paint. The cool thing about using oil pastels and watercolor paint is that when you use the paint on top of the pastel, it creates a resist effect. A resist effect is when the oil pastel resists the paint covering it up. The oil in the pastel doesn't let the water in the paint stick to it, so it pushes through the paint to create a very cool, vibrant look. So, like when I paint the background behind the flowers with purple paint right on top of that pink oil pastel, the stripes, the oil pastel, are going to resist being painted and show right through the paint. Liquid watercolor paints can be very drippy and messy because it's liquid, right? So be careful to carefully paint in each shape without letting the colors you don't want to mix or dribble or drip together. Also, make sure you dunk your paintbrush in the water and use Mr. SpongeBob to get it really, really clean before you change colors. That way, we all have bright, gorgeous colors to work with in the muffin tin that aren't all mixed up. If you do make a mistake with the liquid watercolor paint, like if you drip it in the wrong place, you can go get a tissue and dab it right up. Then just paint right over top of that mistake. Once you've painted in your entire still life masterpiece with no peekaboo spots, you are finished. I am so excited to see what you guys can do.